my staircase video, when that went viral, I gained 600,000 followers in probably 2 weeks. I wanted people to have something that they could relate to, something nostalgic for them, something relaxing. So if you're having a panic attack or something, that's what it works for me.
Welcome to the In the Arena podcast. My name is Jared Miguez, a co-host on this podcast that brings you the inspiring stories of our clients who are leaders and innovators across different industries in Southeast Louisiana. They are visionary entrepreneurs, savvy real estate professionals, media creators, military business owners, and community champions. And we are going to showcase the remarkable achievements and share their personal stories. Tune in for insightful conversations, valuable lessons, and motivational stories that are going to reveal their secrets to success and offer you insights to help you on your own path. Welcome to In the Arena podcast.
Welcome to the Wedge. Brice, we have you here. And we're here to tell your story about a crazy Instagram viral, TikTok too, right?
TikTok is where it really happened. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So give a little like brief thing of like what you do, but then like kind of how it
began.
Yeah.
Okay. So I make like ambient, moody little clips. I guess you could call them videos, but they're really just too short for me to classify them that way. But I try to do it of just the South as often as I can, but that's really not how I started. Like I started in the Pacific Northwest, up in Washington, because I am a Twilight fan, and I'll never change.
I love it.
Yeah, it's great. And that's why like everything's so blue and moody in my reels. But then one day I posted this video in 2022 of the staircase at the lakefront. And from there, it just like blew up exponentially with like 40 million views on TikTok and 7 million likes. And then it's just been taken off from there. Like it's the internet's now.
Sure.
It's theirs.
Did you post just the photo, no cap? Like, I mean, nothing writing on it, just the photo, the moving.
I posted just the clip of it.
Yeah. The clip.
I don't remember what the caption is on it.
Because now I see it where it's like people write stuff over it.
Oh,
yeah.
It's literally everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh man, you should see the fan fictions.
Oh my god.
Wait,
fan
what?
fiction.
No,
over
there's
this
fan
10-second
fictions
clip.
over this
Like,
stairs.
what do you, like
people make up stories about the stairs.
like
Yes.
they're like making lore for the.
No, it's not that it's lore. People, the fanfic writers that find me, I guess it speaks to their like romanticism.
Sure.
in
Yeah,
their
like
heart.
their internal aesthetic.
Yes,
thing.
and so
the
there's
dark and moody.
So for people, and I will say, there's probably like most people know what you're talking about, but like break it down like on that day, like just like tell that story of just like, hey, I'm just here and I'm just doing this. You had no intention for it to blow up.
No, like never at all, which is why it's not in. That's why my handle is Bripvanders and not Brice Bivona.
There's certain groups of people that will just be looking for that kind of content. That
And
just you
the
hit it.
algorithm loved it.
Yeah.
And it's all about like, if I wouldn't have posted it at that exact second, maybe it wouldn't have taken off.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well, it's not like the butterfly effect, but there is clearly, if it did at that moment, that is, you kind of got to think like it was just like that perfect storm.
Yeah.
You know, for lack of a better term.
Literally.
Yeah. But like, it's just so wild. Like, because I've seen that video before I knew that you took it. And then when we were all talking about like you coming on the podcast, and then I looked up your thing and I was like, oh my God, she's the one who did it. You know?
Yeah, that's that.
It's wild.
That's that.
So you started doing photography, and I mean you still do, but now you do. Do you mainly do more like clips like this, where you'll go out and with your phone, and you're doing a lot of this with your phone, or do you still bring your camera out and?
Yes. So Instagram and TikTok and Facebook, most of these social media platforms, they can handle like an actual raw file, but for the most part, it just compresses the life out of it.
Sure.
And it's just easier. Like the interface is easier. Everything's easier from your phone. But as I'm starting to try to make myself more marketable, I've been trying to switch over to using my X-T5 to like
Okay.
get just like a finer quality, I guess.
Sure.
And
You can still
work
kind of tell.
around. Yeah, like it's you can definitely still tell when it's like not
The
a
difference
phone.
between a phone and a
Yeah, there's a 1,000% quality difference, but I want to make myself like a little bit more marketable in that way. Like I'm not just a phone, you know.
Sure.
It kind of makes sense in my head.
And how are you trying to market yourself? Like before this happened and you blew up, did you have ideas of like, oh, I want to do this for my job?
No.
Okay, and then now once it's blown up, you're like, wait, I can do this, and like people want to work with me, and like
Yes.
that's kind of where it's taking you.
I thought for sure I was gonna be stuck as a career bartender. Nothing wrong with that. Like I love bartending. I still do it occasionally with like Renfest and stuff. But when I started, I had like an alias because I didn't want anybody in town to know that I was making these lame ass
feel that.
videos during COVID.
Yes.
Like
Small town mentality,
Yeah.
small town vibe right
Yeah,
there.
Right.
exactly. And then eventually, as it started to like just snowball and like evolve into something bigger, I had to put it in my name for like tax reasons. And that's when I was like, okay, I'm getting paid now
Yeah.
for my views and my engagement. So maybe I can start doing this. And eventually, record companies like Polydor Music, Universal Music,
Dang.
and I actually work for Universal Music, like through House of Carmen. But they started contacting me about using songs and
Oh, okay.
videos, like for promotions and stuff. And
Like in a good way.
Yeah.
Not like in the don't
No.
use our.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
so
Got
yeah.
it.
They want
Yeah,
you to
no
use their
cease and desist
songs.
or anything.
They want you to
Got
use
it.
their
Yes.
songs under your vids.
Yes.
Okay,
Crazy.
cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I saw that you went to you went there for something. Were you was doing that for work?
At
or-
Universal?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
they actually sent us. That was another. That's why I'm trying to make myself
Yes, that's so
a little
cool.
more marketable, so I can like continue to do these kinds of things and make friends with all these bigger companies yeah, it's. After that, I was like, okay, maybe I don't have to bartend for the rest of my life because I'm getting old and tired anyways.
Sure.
And like super, super cynical. And I gotta get out, y'all.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
so tired.
We get it.
So that transition, which I finally left in April to be full-time social media content creator. But that transition, like I never, ever thought was ever going to happen,
Yeah.
Dang.
especially to go in this direction. So
That's
it's
very
been cool, though.
And so, would you say that you are a faceless creator?
Yes. And
Does the idea of this podcast going out scare you a little bit, or is it?
a little bit, just because I'm a dumbass. But no, y'all are laughing. Yeah. But for real though,
You want to say something? We'll edit anything.
Yeah,
you
we'll
want.
send
Don't
it
even
to you
worry.
before. Yeah, you're
Don't
good.
worry.
Yeah.
but I didn't want to be like that creator that was like, hey, what's up, you guys? Smash that like button.
Right,
Sure.
right.
Like, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Of
Like, more
course.
power to them. That's really hard. But so whenever I have to explain to people what type of content I make, they're like, "Oh, you're an influencer." I'm like, not necessarily.
Well, like
'cause-
content creation.
Yeah,
really.
I'm a content creator.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to push like these products on people, and not that again, more power to you. I love free stuff. Like
For sure.
go off. But it was never about that. I wanted people to have something that they could relate to, something nostalgic for them, something relaxing. So if you're having a panic attack or something, that's what it works for me. But then on the flip side, some people hate my videos. They're like, makes me uncomfortable. Like, this is scary. Like, this
Get
is
the
dark.
keyboard
Yeah.
warriors out.
Yeah. We have one in, I don't know who it is, but there's somebody local apparently, and they are just
Like a repeat offender kind of thing.
They're
Yeah.
local?
Yeah, they're in Mandeville.
You know that they're in Mandeville?
Yes, I know they're in Mandeville
How do you know that?
because
How do you
they
know that?
they
Let's
sent
find
me
them.
this really long message about the stairs. This was recently. This was
Really?
only like a couple months ago. They sent me a really long message about the stairs and how like I don't own the stairs and like all this kinds
Oh,
of
get
stuff.
out of here.
And I was like, well, no shit, dude. It's a public place, man. It's the lakefront.
Right.
Yeah.
Guy, like you can correct, and you can go do it too.
Yeah.
You can go take the same video.
Sure.
Right.
And
So
some
he's
people
just
do.
mad.
It's cool.
People are just mad when other people are doing like succeeding. It's just so stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, okay, so and I'm curious, like the intention, because it's cool, because like you hear a bunch of people that do go viral, and it really is all about them. Like they're like you're capitalizing on something that is a little bit more unique, because like the faceless like movement has been a little bit more. It's like newer,
Yeah.
or like people are like maybe gravitating. They're like doing that instead.
Yeah.
And they don't have to show their face. They don't have to show their family, their
Right.
kids.
Right.
And so I'm sure it's a little bit more difficult, because like the whole vanity thing with it is like a big part of social media. But like, it's cool that you're still doing it how you want to do it. And like the whole, if you feel anxious and watch them, because like whenever I watch them, I like feel peaceful, but it's a storm. But you're like, oh, this is
Yeah.
great. I'm just like, I could just loop this.
Yeah, and
You know?
I feel like with social media, our attention spans get shorter and shorter over time. Like I don't like songs that are over like 3 minutes. 3 minutes pushing it, honestly.
Yeah, no more Metallica. It's gone.
Exactly. And it's the same thing with videos. Like if a video is over 2 minutes, I'm out. Like I am out. So I try to shoot between for like, I think I have one video that's like 7 seconds. It's so fast. But then anytime I post like a longer format, it just doesn't do as well, because everybody's like, okay, it's taking a really long
Yeah.
time.
We get
and
it.
because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, we
mostly
get
just
it.
like still, they're moving, but it's like a cloud.
Right.
Or it's raining or
Yeah.
a tree in the
Yeah.
wind. And it's like, okay, how
Such
long can we look
simple
at this?
things. Right,
Yeah.
exactly. So try to make them as short as I can for the sake of all of our attention span, like
Yeah.
mine included.
That's cool.
That's awesome. So like, it's just so, it's so niche too. And for something like that to explode, but like, why do you think it kind of popped off?
I've thought about this, and I could never think of like a straightforward, like this is probably why. But I think it's two things. It's the sense of nostalgia and like comfort that comes along with it, and then also the timing,
Yeah.
because the algorithm is like, timing is everything on these platforms. Like you can't just post at any time of any day and think it's going to pop off, because that's not the case like 99% of the time. So I think I just found the perfect storm.
That's the title of this episode.
Yeah, the perfect
The
storm.
perfect storm.
But that was gonna be my next question. Like what you're about to go into is like you've kind of figured this out in a sense. Like it is so technical. Yes, you can go out and like get your art, and that's the fun part. But then like figuring out the scheduling of the content, when you're gonna release it. How did you figure that out? How long did it take you to figure out? And what's kind of your, not that you have to give away the sauce, but like what do you kind of how do you do that?
My sauce is not secret. Like everyone's welcome to it.
Sure.
But a lot of trial and error. Like I'll post videos that nothing happens with them. Like they don't go viral. They'll only get like anything like 15,000 views or less sometimes. But like the key is to just keep posting.
Okay.
And I have my times and days that I prefer, but I get all of that from my analytics on the apps. So like I look at my age range, which for me, my two biggest age ranges are 18 to 24 and 25 to 32, I believe.
Okay.
And so
like a little bit younger demographic, a little bit like,
and I'm 30, so
Yeah.
I'm trying to think like, what are other 30-year-olds doing at noon? They're on their lunch break,
Sure.
so they're flipping through their phone, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's really just trial and error. Also, Google. You can look that shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Google tells you.
is it male or female, or is it almost kind of half?
No, so it used to be half, but now I am 64% male.
Okay.
So
I
more
could see that.
than half
Yeah,
has
I could see that
become.
too.
It's like the whole idea of like the guys that think about the Roman Empire all the time. like dark, stormy, like they just want to stare. Like this is
This is my Roman Empire.
yeah, like this is a mega squirrel. But I saw something on Twitter today, and it was a picture of like a beautifully like fresh covered snow, you know, like a bench, and it was like next to a lake and the sidewalk, and like nobody had walked on it yet, and it was like, somebody help me. My boyfriend said that he wants to bleed out here, and I laughed.
No,
I was
it's
like, yeah.
relatable.
I was
Yeah.
like, that's if I were to die, I would want to have like I'm John Wick, and I just like went on a big mission,
Yeah.
and then like I'm like dying on this soft
This virgin
yeah.
snow.
But it's like that same
Just me and my blood on this
right,
virgin
yeah.
snow.
But it makes sense. Like
No, it does.
I get it.
I would want to bleed out there too.
Sure.
I get it.
Yeah.
You'd think though, because now you have such a big following, that it doesn't matter when you'd post because you have so many followers who are like, I'm waiting for her next post. But it's
Yeah.
interesting that's still not that way for you. Like you still have to kind of, you
And-
know, time it out.
Yeah. And I definitely like once or twice a month will just like post one. Just
At random.
Send it off at random just to kind of see what happens. And sometimes it does work out and I'm like, oh, sick. And I'll like type it into my notes like Monday at
3:04.
3:30. This shit worked.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'll try again and then it doesn't or something. But
Yeah.
I just like, I do care when my videos do really well. I'm like, this is awesome. It motivates me more and
I bet.
it inspires me to go out and make better stuff, which is all I'm ever trying to do is just get better, make better quality, which I don't know if that's happened or not. I feel like maybe, but if it doesn't work out, like if the videos don't do well, I just take it on the chin and move on. Like,
Yeah.
Sure.
yeah.
At that point, you're like, I've
that's
been
the
doing
nature
this. There's
of
something
it.
I can do. If it goes bad, it's like,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah, and I'm not doing it for that. Like I'm just doing it for my followers, like who want to see me post regularly still, or like see what I have to do, and it's cool. Like it's all right if it doesn't go viral every single time. I just move on.
Yeah.
Post again tomorrow.
Right. Yeah. And I'm happy that you said that consistency, because I'm definitely going to use that as a clip just for our clients and saying, hey, don't forget to keep freaking posting, because that's like
Yes.
one of the most important things,
No, it is.
you know, and like with the, with the storms and stuff like that, what, like, break down your like schedule. Like, do you look,
Yeah. I want to know this.
yeah, like, do you look at like, is it storming in Mississippi also? Is it
It
in
stormed
Texas?
last night. Where were you?
Yeah, where were you?
Did you do?
Right?
Where were you?
What'd you do this morning?
She was sleeping.
it was thunderstorming.
But yeah, like, how's that work?
So I do pay close attention to the weather. Like some of my most viral Instagram videos, actually my most viral Instagram video was because we went to Florida for a tropical storm.
For that reason.
Yeah.
So like you like storm chased
chased it.
I
situation.
storm chased it. Yeah.
Love it.
I love
Yeah.
this.
I wish it was like a little cooler and be like, yeah, we're tornado chasing.
Yeah. Twister.
Twister style. No, we just like we were like, go. We got to get this. We got to go now. So we did chase that, and a lot of the time though, it's like I walk outside and like, oh shit, that's cool, and I just will take a video of it and hope for the best and be like, it was cool to me. Maybe y'all think it's cool. Who knows? But at this point, when it comes to specifically storms, I know what's gonna work and what's not gonna work anymore.
Crazy.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's
like I
wild.
can
You can,
like,
look at
look
a
out.
cloud and be like, that cloud sucks. Like,
That's a terrible cloud.
yeah,
Bad
I'm like, that cloud's doing a really bad job. It's just not
That's
it.
funny.
And like it's the same with rainy days. Not every rainy day is
It's worthy.
it's worthy. No, listen. The rain's always worthy. It's the clouds again. Me and the clouds have a love-hate. Like if a cloud
Interesting.
I know, and I've had to learn this over the years, looking at my exposure get blown out in videos to hell and back, and then getting roasted for it by like 16-year-olds.
Yeah.
It worked, y'all. Like they got me. But
Yeah.
like if the sky, okay, so if it's about to storm and the sky is like flat gray, no, you can't.
Like you can't see any of like light coming
There's
through
no
or
definition in the
Sure.
clouds. There's no, like there's nothing happening. It's just gray. don't.
Okay.
Just don't.
So you kind of have to wait till it's like a bad one, like
Yeah.
until they're really dark clouds.
Yes.
So you can see the definition. of it.
Before it starts to rain.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Exactly. Or like occasionally I can get it when it's raining, but by then it's like the cool clouds are kind of pushing away. And yeah, but I've learned how to look at the sky and be like, my exposure on my iPhone 14
Yeah,
says
right.
no.
Doesn't like it.
Absolutely.
So
not.
wild.
Yeah.
That is.
So like, and do you okay? Because I like science and nature and stuff, and like I always love Discovery Channel
Yeah, same.
and like like cloud names. Are you like into like types of clouds too? Like certain like I tell whenever we're driving on.
He knows the clouds.
Whenever we're
He'll
driving,
name them.
I do. Whenever we're driving on the causeway, like back from a shoot or something, and my favorites are squall lines.
Yes.
Big squall guy.
That's what I look for is squall lines.
I
dream video-
yeah.
Spirit animal over here.
My dream video is to get a squall line with like coming in and with like brightness behind me.
Oh, man, what a
like that's my like
what a
chef's
dream.
kiss.
Haven't gotten it yet?
What a lighting effect. No.
Okay.
I kind
It's
of
out there.
got a video that's on Instagram right now from a few months ago. That one went viral. That is a squall line. But it's not the one
gonna
that I
find it.
wanted.
I love a squall.
have-
You have a
see.
goal, squall. I know, me too. I want to see one.
Yeah.
I like, okay, so, and then while she's looking at squalls, is, like, do you ever have a random thought where you're like, I think I'm going to go to Kansas for, like, a few days and just, like, see
Yes.
what, I love that. That's great.
I haven't done that, but I would love to.
'Cause that's like, Oklahoma, Kansas, like, that's
the
where,
plains.
yeah, it's, like,
Yeah.
huge there.
Massive storms.
Yeah.
And that goes with us, like, with the squall line, I want to have it with water, like, so that there's such a contrast between water
Yep.
and the sky.
Yeah.
But on the plains, you can still do that, like, and I don't know, I have thought about that.
Yes, because I feel like it's almost one of those things where, you get, like, if you tinker with any sort of thing that you're interested in, like for me, like if I get into something that I really like, I'm like balls to the wall. I will learn everything I need to know about it. And so like you get passionate about something, and you're like, well, Louisiana's like flat, but we have good storms. But like, what if we just go to Arkansas
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
see what's going on there?
Yeah.
I feel like that could be really
No.
addicting to want to go.
Little
do.
Rock is only like 5.5 hours away from here. You can just interstate it straight there. And that has crossed my mind many times. But last year and the year before was my like, I'm hitting the road all the time. Any free time, like I'm going and searching for storms, just anything that I can honestly make content with. But this past year, like too crazy, did not have time to go do that. But I'm gonna get back into searching for it.
So you said you started doing this in Pacific Northwest. So did you like take a trip out there
Yes.
and you were like in Forks and you were
Yes,
like,
I was in Forks.
Yeah, no, I know.
So wait, you didn't live
Yeah,
there.
you're like, oh no, I look. Yeah.
and,
you didn't live there,
No.
but you
just
visited.
Went, you went to
Yeah.
visit
So
because
that
you love
was the
Twilight.
cat. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you were like, oh, this weather is
Wait, is that
dope.
where Twilight
Forks
was?
is the town that Twilight was
I like
shot.
Twilight.
It's great.
My
do
wife
too.
makes me watch it. I don't think I never watched it until I got married,
Yeah.
and then it's so beautifully terrible,
It is.
It's,
and that's why I
it's
think
gorgeous.
I think that's why
best.
people like it so much. So now, you're cultivating this thing, right, and like trying to go for it. So like, and you're obviously making money. You don't have to say how much you make, but like how break that down for people of like, if they're curious on how that's a thing, how is it monetized? How does that work?
So monetization, depending on the platform, because it's different. And really my focus is TikTok and Instagram. I don't really fool with YouTube because I could do the shorts, but it's just
Yeah.
these
It's a
are
different
my two.
animal.
It is.
Yeah.
But Instagram pays for engagement. So
Okay.
it doesn't pay by the view unless the view is over, like if the viewer stays for longer than 3 seconds, then they'll pay you.
Oh,
But
damn.
they really want to pay you for comments and shares and
Huh.
yeah.
So the more people that engage on the photo, liking it,
Exactly.
sharing it, commenting.
Right. But even with the commenting, they have a way that they want the comments to be free, that comment to be monetized, if that makes sense.
What?
Like it needs to be at least 4 words long.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. And that counts as engagement. Anything less than 4 words does not count
What
as
about
engagement.
emojis? You just put like 3 little fire emojis, nothing?
No, but if you do
Dang.
4 words and 2 emojis, Instagram's like take my money.
And
Oh
so
my
it'll
gosh.
and it incentivizes the more forward plus whatevers you have.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yeah. And then with TikTok,
So specific.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell everyone that that's what they need to do now.
Yeah. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
yeah, you have to get 10,000 followers, and after that, they'll start giving you bonuses. And the bonuses is what they call their payouts.
Okay, so you have to get to a threshold before they can
Yes.
start paying you.
Yeah, yeah. And then with TikTok, it's the same way. You have to get to 100,000 followers to be
Damn.
monetized. And they used to be way more lax on what they considered engagement. Now they really only want YouTube format videos. Like they want long videos.
Yes, I did
On-
hear that.
yeah,
on
TikTok. Yeah, they're like want longer.
Now you can get on
yeah.
there and make a 10-minute video. They have
Yeah.
like an option.
They want to compete with
YouTube.
Okay.
And they pay more than YouTube does.
I
now,
heard that
is
too.
what
I
I've
saw that
heard.
recently.
I don't make 10-minute long videos.
Sure.
That'd be painful, but like I cannot even
storm.
imagine.
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Right.
Literally,
right.
just put it on live, and then it would still get like 6 views for some reason. I
Yeah.
don't know. TikTok hates me right now. And
Okay.
that's fine.
TikTok. Why TikTok?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's wild.
And so TikTok's 100,000, and then
An engagement for that as well,
Yeah.
or
They pay per view.
okay.
Really?
Did
So
pay per view. I
you're
don't
looking
know
for
if they
those
still do.
views then for TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok is about views and Instagram is about engagement. And Instagram, like you can cross post onto Facebook, but you cannot cross post
Facebook.
Instagram and
Sure.
TikTok.
Oh
Right.
yes.
They like both platforms will shut your video down. Like they won't take it down, but no one is gonna see it except
You're
for
saying,
your
like,
So you
the
have to
same
post
video?
separately.
yeah.
So you have to post the same and it's
So
Oh
I
my
can't
gosh, can't
post
talk.
one video on
Okay.
Instagram and then post the same video on TikTok.
they know about like that's
They do. There's like a
Oh.
signature.
wow.
So how do you?
It's a pain in the ass. So I have to take like 2
Multiple-
of the same videos. But even if they're too similar, TikTok will be like not eligible for FYP because plagiarism, and it thinks I'm plagiarizing
On-
my own
oh.
video. Or it'll be like if you use specific editing softwares, it leaves another signature on your video, and they flag that too.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So when you
Crazy.
go out, do you go out with the intention of like, I gotta get an Instagram video and I gotta get a TikTok video? So how do you do that? You just change angles or something? Like try to.
Pretty much, and then
Yeah.
I just hope for the best. Like I haven't had a TikTok video go off, like go viral in a really long time, and that is fine. Like it's totally cool because I am much more focused on Instagram and
Yeah.
Facebook
Okay.
right now.
Okay.
Just trying to get those 2 done because with TikTok, my staircase video, when that went viral, I gained 600,000 followers in probably 2 weeks.
Oh my god.
But
How do you even handle that? I'd be afraid.
I was like totally overwhelmed, and I was also working at this fine dining restaurant still, and was like constantly checking my phone, like trying to
Yeah.
like, see because it was exciting, it was cool.
Sure.
But I was always in trouble for that. But then I gained so many followers, and I had gotten up to 725,000 on just TikTok, but a lot of them were bots.
Really?
Because, yeah, they like, I guess that's how they choose their videos of like what they're gonna take and like use for the background and stuff.
Yeah.
And so a lot of my new followers ended up being bots. So from probably the end of 2023 to now, I've lost like 100,000 followers.
And
But
you're thinking those are bots, though.
Yeah,
Okay.
they did a bot sweep
Okay.
on TikTok.
Oh.
But damn, that hurt. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
those numbers.
right. What
Those
happened?
are numbers, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wow.
So right now you have about like your 600-ish
Yeah.
thousand on
I have,
TikTok.
like,
So
yeah,
on
I think
those
I'm, like, exactly 600,000 on TikTok.
on that original clip, do you still make money off that one clip the more views it gets, or how does that even matter, or do you even know like what?
I don't really know anymore if I'm making money off of that.
Okay.
Instagram will tell me like, oh, you made this much off of this video and it's eligible for this many days. Whereas TikTok, it doesn't really give me an explanation. I just
Okay.
have to, and maybe it does now, but I just don't make that kind of money on there anymore.
Yeah.
But on TikTok, it's kind of like I'm assuming it's this one, like, situation.
So they let you know like, hey, this made this much money.
Yeah.
Here it is, and
Yeah.
you just collect basically.
I much
That is
prefer Instagram for monetization.
Interesting. I'm learning so much.
I feel it kind of makes sense because like I guess like TikTok. I mean, the comments in TikTok are obviously people comment
Yeah.
regardless, but I feel like Instagram has a little bit more of like all the super younger kids are on TikTok,
They are.
and so the Instagram community is obviously there's young kids there on there too, but you're getting still a lot of millennials, like your
A lot of
25ers and
Instagram loyalists.
exactly because like I'm an Instagram loyal. I'm not even on TikTok. I was, and I got way too addicted to it. And I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I would scroll for 4 hours,
Doom
and then I
scroll.
would look up and like my room was just like it looked different.
You could like still see videos.
Oh yeah, it was crazy. But like, so I guess it makes sense as far as the engagement standpoint. But I will say, people on Instagram are ruthless in the comments.
Yeah.
Way more than like.
Oh, see,
like
They
they
let
are
you know.
savages.
they are, but TikTok comments, if you are ever like, I just need to be reminded of what some people are like, just go to the TikTok comments because, good God,
Yeah, it's
I don't want to roast the children on TikTok.
Yeah, they're mean. They're
Yeah.
really mean.
They're really something.
And they
That's interesting.
and they have. I mean, I feel like their comments are longer.
They are.
Like they're just long.
Yeah.
You know.
And like on Instagram, the people that comment on my videos are always like, oh, moody, pretty, like this reminds me of this, blah, blah. On TikTok, I'll get like paragraphs this long about like the darkness. And
It's
I'm like,
too
oh,
dark?
God. Yeah, no, like the darkness inside of their hearts. And I'm like, oh, no. like,
Jeez.
oh, God, this child's life is in my
Yeah,
hands.
you know what? That's
Poor
interesting
baby.
because
I
people
know.
probably are drawn to it because it's how they're feeling on the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's
Yeah.
like, what do you do with those comments? Do you ever respond back like, keep going?
Sometimes I
Keep
do.
fighting, pal.
Sometimes they're like really, like, I'm like, oh,
Yeah, like,
are you okay?
sure.
Like, I'll like it and be like, don't.
Don't do it.
Because
Don't.
I'm like, I don't know what to say to you, child. Please
Yeah.
don't. Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
it's
wild.
I know. That's just TikTok, though. It doesn't happen on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
But also on TikTok, I feel like people comment more. Like,
Mm-hmm.
they're more inclined to. So I have more comments on there.
Mm.
Like the staircase video, most of the comments right now are like, where's the meme? Where meme? That kind
Oh,
Or
okay,
mean.
yeah.
Yeah, because they're waiting for it. And they're like, oh, I found the original, like that kind of thing.
Oh sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Where me?
Where meme?
That's
Yeah.
so funny.
I it's really. So why? Okay, here's an because I'm trying to figure it out. I feel like, why do you think that people are putting videos over videos like yours? What do you think the reason is? Like, why?
I
What is the
don't-
like? Because there's a bunch of them.
Yes.
You know?
And they've used like I'll see there's several of my videos that I've seen with a meme over them. And I don't really know why, because like my video never ever relates to the video that they put over it.
Right.
But so like I don't know why
It's bizarre.
me? Like why why this one? Like
Interesting.
go ahead, but like why?
When people
It's
take the
bizarre.
video or like use it for something, do you get anything from that?
No.
Because that would be
Because it's like
nice.
their signature, right?
That's
It's like
why
their.
I used to get so upset about my videos being stolen, and now I just couldn't care
Yeah.
less. But like with the staircase video in particular, I have had pages like Trashcan Paul take that video and they're heavily monetized.
Yeah.
And that's when I'm like,
Come
Yeah.
on.
bro, like you really did take my video.
And they're getting millions.
And
of,
you're making
yeah.
so much money off of it. Like
Yeah.
you're making money off of all your posts, but like
That's
it's
annoying.
other people's
That's
content.
so annoying. How rude.
it is, because it's like I'm so poor. Like
Right.
Seriously.
Yeah, it's interesting because I remember it's because that is an issue. Like truly, that's your intellectual property, and
Yeah.
it's your digital property
Yeah.
in a sense. But like when I was started, like in my career, I had made videos that I downloaded from YouTube, not thinking that was fine. Or like like literally Imagine Dragons,
Yeah.
like a song from them, and I used it for a video for an app.
yeah.
And I was like 19, so like I didn't know anything.
Yeah, you just didn't know.
But I didn't realize that there were copyrights like that, or like what entails why that's important, or like when you can and when you can't, and like all that kind of stuff. And then I made the video, and they're like, "Hey, idiot! No, you're very lucky that you're working for an agency that hasn't shown it to the client yet, because like that could be very bad."
Right.
Yeah.
And then that happens, and then you get Instagram, and then they start doing the music with stuff, and then you get a bunch of artists that are like, I don't want so and so using my song when
Yeah.
and
And then you get hit with a cease and
then you get
desist.
right, and then but now there's they still haven't gotten to that aspect of people are monetizing off of your creation,
Exactly.
and you don't get anything, and it's like they got to do something about it.
They do.
They
do. I agree, because it's gotten so out of hand that I have accounts that I've blocked because they have and this is on Instagram. There's two that just every time I post a video, like that second they will take my video and post it to their own, and it'll go and they'll put some really strange song over it that like I would have never chosen. And music is like half of what my content is. Like it's
Specific.
50 like there's the visual side and the music side, and they are both equally important. And so to have somebody take my video the second I post it, put some random song over it, post it to their page with 700,000 followers on Instagram, like they just immediately start making money off of my video before it even got a chance. And so I've had to block a couple of accounts because they would do that, and I would message them, be like, hey, like, please don't do that. Like, this is copyright. Like, you really can't do this. Instagram's not going to do anything about it.
Right.
And they'd be like, oh, so sorry. Yeah, my bad. And then they would delete it. And then the next video posted would happen again.
Yeah.
And I finally was like, just block them. And then also, you're on the internet, Brice. People are seeing you. You're seeing your videos. This comes with the territory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, just take it, deal with it, move on, post another one,
Yeah.
block who you gotta.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
not like they're going out and doing it.
I mean,
Right.
can you do
know?
anything
But they
about
could.
that? Like, how do you even get rid of people like that? You just
There's one day there will be a way.
Yeah.
Just
Right
not yet.
now.
They would have to do some sort of like an internal signature where
Yeah.
it's like, this is Bryce's video,
Yeah.
yeah.
and you cannot like it would like block you from
Yeah.
From being
like
from
because
taking-
YouTube, if you're on YouTube, I know on my computer, if you're watching a YouTube video and you try to screen or live, if you try to screen record it, blacks out the screen, and so does
Oh,
Peacock
yeah.
does that too. Because it was funny, I was trying to.
You were trying to do it.
Well, it was legal because it wasn't publicly.
Sure.
It was
All right.
it was internal. I've done my research.
Totally.
It wasn't going out or whatever. It was an example and blah blah blah. But Peacock would black out the screen, and I was like, "What the is going on?" And then so there would have to be something like that to where
Yeah.
like even if they try to
they're
screen
trying to
record
screen
it,
record-
they can do that. The phones, if
I know
100%,
they can do that, and,
and they
drives me
don't.
crazy. And
But then it's like you think about Instagram's making money off of your exploitation. So that's probably why they're just like,
I know.
who cares? You know?
Exactly. I have thought about that
It
so
sucks.
much. And other creators like myself, because there are a lot of people who do make content like mine. Like, you know, we all inspire each other, but I know that they have the same issues.
Right.
And none of us have ever been able to work out a solution. And actually, like, anytime I've spoken to people about this who did want to know, like, what do I do about plagiarism and stuff?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, well, what about watermarks? Well, watermarks can be removed very easily.
Yeah.
There's apps. And if you go to my TikTok comments, they'll tell you how to do it. Like, they're so happy to tell you how to remove my watermarks. And so
on your video.
yes, on my own video. So
I'm here, I can see you.
yeah, literally.
Dang.
I don't know. I'm like,
Wild.
I know. So it's one day there will be a way to stop that if they so choose to do so.
There's already a way. They're just
Absolutely.
They're
Keeping
gatekeeping,
it.
dude.
Yeah.
They're
keeping it
gatekeeping,
to
man.
themselves.
It's nuts. So like the focus, so Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. So like what are some things that I mean, we kind of talked about like you're trying to grow it, but like you worked with Disney
Well, Universal.
or Universal. So like what was that experience? Like just you're getting flown out to go to freaking Universal to like
That was really cool. It was actually my friend Heather. She's Before the Coffin on Instagram and TikTok.
Okay.
That's the kind of content that she makes already. She lives in Detroit, but she's constantly traveling around the U.S. going to, like, we went to Halloween Horror Nights, for instance,
Yeah,
with
I saw
Universal.
that.
But she'll go to, like, a hearse festival, a pumpkin festival, like, you know, like her spooky things. And they had contacted her, and she asked if she could bring me and another one of my friends along because we make content. And so Universal went and looked at our pages and was like, okay, like the platform's big enough. Let's go. Like, let's try
Sweet.
it. And so that was my first time doing anything like that. Like,
Yeah.
not necessarily a vanity kind of shoot, but including myself in it.
right.
It was very foreign. Like the whole time we were there, they had to keep reminding me, like, Brice, you got to record. I'm like, oh, right.
Yeah,
like,
oh, yeah.
Here's my
I'm working here.
here's my s'more. Like taking a
Oh,
video
okay.
of
So you had to
it.
like put all your stuff in there.
Yeah, because
Yeah, because I guess it wasn't storms. You were
right.
like-
And I was like, this really is not my normal content. But again, I'm trying to make myself more marketable. So I'm like slapping myself, like, come on, remember, you gotta like be a little more everything.
Yeah.
Basically. Just be more.
Yeah.
And so that was like, it was really cool getting to go and work for Universal. I do get to put that on my resume now.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
We got to do both of their parks, Islands of Adventure and just like the original park.
Underrated too, I feel like.
Oh.
Everyone talks about Disney. Universal's sick.
Universal
It's
is
sick.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I am a Universal.
Isn't Harry Potter
person.
World at Universal?
Sure
Yes,
is.
it is.
Okay,
It's
so this is
the
where we want to
best.
be.
Yeah. Yeah. And I had just gone to Universal in May with my family, and Dixie and Heather had never been to Universal.
Witchvoid.
Yeah.
She's a like more of a.
That's like her.
She's like haunted houses or like
Yeah. Spooky.
spooky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She actually works next door.
Really?
Yeah. At Jolie.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
okay.
Uh-huh.
Cool.
Yeah, she does her social
Small
media.
world. Damn, we have
Wild.
another.
You got the cobblestones for it. I mean,
Yeah,
like if
it's
you
true.
make it kind of
true.
scary looking on a storm, you
Yeah,
got
give me a
yeah.
cloud.
Give
I
me a
got
cloud.
you.
give me a squall right quick
yeah,
and
give me
we'll be
a
good.
gust of wind. Got you.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But like they have always done that like cool kind of like more influencer style
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
content. So it's like I'm trying to kind of lean into that for the sake of growing myself and my platforms, but it's been tough. Like I'm definitely a learning curve. And
Yeah.
Universal was a really great start for that. So thank you, Heather, for
Yes.
including me because that looks good for everything, basically. And I'm hoping like more travel companies will respond to my emails, please.
Yeah.
Please reply.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I showed you my videos, please reply.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm hoping for. Like I have lens companies that send me lenses.
That's cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
I've had little disposable camera companies send me cameras, like things like that, which is awesome. And I'm glad to get those because more than half my audience is male. And so I don't think that they would want to see like, oh, I got sent this jacket.
Right.
That's, you know, precious and adorable. I love it, but like,
Smelling right through the bullshit.
yeah,
Yeah.
like that kind of thing. Does that make sense? I have brain rot.
No, yeah.
No, I
you're
get
so
it.
fine.
Well, I mean, as a male myself, like if I were to be involved in some, like you, I mean, and even like women can too for sure, but like guys are dumb and just very simple. And so
Yeah.
like if video don't
Exactly.
if video don't do what it do before,
Yeah.
and then now I immediately see like go to wherever to buy this, and I'm like
Yeah. Sell
killed
out
it, ruined,
later.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Not what I came
video
for.
don't do
Yeah.
Jonah happy
wanna
anymore.
keep to your art. You want to keep
Yeah.
to what you've started.
That's
Yeah.
respectable. Like that's
Yeah.
and
For the continuity of the
Sure.
brand.
Sure.
yeah.
It doesn't mean that you don't get those other cool
Right.
things or
Ew.
take them when
Exactly.
they come.
I
But
just got to keep in mind, like, if video don't do.
exactly.
Right.
That'll be a clip.
Yeah.
If video don't do
Yeah.
what I do before.
And it's like, but I respect it
It's
because
true.
you know you never want. And look, there's people that like sell out, get your bag, that's all good. But
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
but if you
I
started
would
it,
love to.
or sure, right? And like, but there's so many avenues for people to get that exposure, and but it's great that you're starting it because you really liked it, and
Yeah.
then or you're just happened. You're like, well, let's just see where
Yeah.
this can go.
It just happened. Like, I didn't know that I was going to get monetized when I hit 100,000 followers. It sent me like a 1099 thing. I didn't have to fill it out, but it was like, here is your 1099 for the end of the year.
Yeah. Do they
And-
email you? Like send you a DM? Like, hey, here it is.
That would suck. No, like whenever I open the app, it would like notify me at the
Crazy.
top, like message from TikTok, this, and then of course it sent the email too.
Yeah.
Imagine someone just ignores the notifications.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah, like,
Never gets
never
paid.
see it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is very wild.
Yeah. And it's been really weird. It's been super cool, but also
So you started,
strange.
you said 2022. You posted your first. So it's
No,
been
2020.
2020. Okay, so it's
Yeah.
been 4 years.
The vid.
The first video is in Ho Rainforest. Yeah.
Okay.
And that was in 2020, in November 2020, because I was addicted to TikTok.
Tip top.
I was addicted
Who
to
wasn't?
TikTok. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so I think like I fell in at the perfect time.
Mm-hmm.
You honestly did. I'm like, those people who they just were like, it's COVID and we're going to just post some vids. And now they're like,
doing great.
they are just
Yeah.
cajillionaires. And I'm like,
They do like one dumb video.
yes.
And because it's all their friends that are following them, and they're like, "Oh, Jenny,
sure.
what?" Like they're talking to their friends, really,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jenny's
in a
hitting
sense.
the renegade. Let's share it.
Yeah, and then boom.
boom.
It's
Jenny's
just
now
wild.
And then they get thrown into
Emilio.
controversy
Yeah.
too, and they're
yeah.
like,
and
"Damn
then
it!"
they get canceled.
Yeah, right.
Which I am terrified of. I
Yeah.
don't know why I
Are
would
you
be.
afraid of getting canceled? Not that you would be, but
Yeah.
is that like something that goes through your head? Like, what if I
Yes.
say something wrong or
Yeah.
Yeah,
that would eat me alive. I would be really nervous to
I
talk
don't
ever.
like
nervous.
have to
Nervy.
worry about it too much.
Because you're not in front of the camera, like,
Exactly.
which is great.
But like I have two Instagrams, like I have my Bripvanders, which is essentially just like a character at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have my personal Instagram where I can be unhinged and strange and weird.
Is that private?
It should be. Like I need to go ahead and make it that
You need
way.
to make that private, girly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, people will pick up the pieces at some
People will
point.
scour.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. They'll
Yeah.
find it. Find something.
And then have you had any like weird like
Any stalkers?
yeah like
Yes.
any sort of just like it's almost like makes you feel uncomfortable. You're like, can you just like I'm
Yes.
just
Leave
trying
me
to
alone.
just do my thing.
oh yeah. I used to do a lot of lives
Oh.
on TikTok.
Okay.
But I wouldn't be in them. It would be like, oh, there's like I did it for Ida.
Okay.
I was on live for Ida, and I was just like basically set my phone up on a tripod, walked away. But when I came back and was like reading my comments, this one guy like said the park that's near my house.
Was that in the was it distinguishable in your live shot like of this like
No.
oof.
And he said the park's name that's near my house and said that like they shouldn't be surprised if they find a body there and no more lives, even if like
Because they can probably look at your IP address if you're live, right?
yeah, I guess so. Honestly, I'm not
Holy
sure.
cats.
But
That is so scary.
yeah.
That
And
would freak me out.
it is scary. And also, I've just had to like block weirdos who just don't know
Slide
what
in
you
your
can and
DMs.
can't say to somebody.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. But that was the scariest one. Was when
gnarly.
they mentioned the park, and I was like, it's literally like 1 block from my house. So it was
And
like,
how would they
my
even
old house.
know? And that's so weird.
Yeah.
Scary.
Yeah, that's wild. That's like the other side of it.
Yeah. And like once
know?
I moved, because I moved in April. No. Whoa. I moved in July. I like me and Noel, that's my husband, we were like, don't post anything that could give away
sure.
any kind of location. Because it's just like, obviously people know I post in Covington because I do put like Covington, LA, because it's good for the algorithm. The algorithm. But
The algorithm.
for that. But I don't ever, not ever again, because that was really creepy. So,
That is so creepy. I would no.
yeah.
That
And
would
like,
freak me out.
it was a big live. Like I had like 10,000 viewers on it
Oh,
at
wow.
one point.
Did anyone be like, yo, dude, what's...
Oh yeah, there was a lot of people like, what the like
Yeah, right. Yeah.
yeah, like all kinds of stuff, like all caps, like what the fuck.
Yeah, that's
Nuts.
nuts.
Yeah.
People are crazy.
Who is that guy? You go go to therapy or something, dude.
Yeah. Like
It's nuts.
And it's
people-
like most likely was just some idiot.
Yeah.
Like they would never really. But the fact that they took the time to like, I'm gonna freak this person out. I'm
yeah.
Yeah.
like, ugh.
That's what's like unsettling is that
Yes.
they took the time
To find where you were.
to find where I was and make me uncomfortable. And that is like deeply unsettling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another reason why I don't want to be like
In front.
in front of the camera. So
We distort your voice and cover
Yeah,
your
we'll just
Yeah.
like yeah.
This week
Well,
on the wedge, we have
just
Yeah.
a silhouette.
yeah.
a surprise
I
guest.
went viral.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
would know from
posted
how we were
the
talking.
Instagram
Right.
staircase video.
So
Do you what do the parents think about it? Do they know about it?
So
do they know?
they do know. I don't think they fully
Sure.
grasp
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, my dad like chewed me the fuck out because he was like, "You should be getting paid for these people taking your videos.
Oh,
'Cause
sure.
they're on YouTube too. Like if you type in my
Good
handle,
intentions.
everybody that like you can upload them on there. Like thanks for tagging me at least, but." He was like, you should be getting paid for this. I don't understand why you're not. And I tried to explain to him again, like,
Yeah.
there's just no way
It's
to
so
stop
tough.
the whole internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but he just doesn't
Sure.
just didn't get it.
They don't get it.
Yeah. And then like whenever people approach my mom,
Silly
they're like,
boomers.
Brice has like 740,000 followers, that's so cool. And she's like,
Yeah.
That's nice, sweetie.
she works so hard.
You're like, I do. Now
We're proud of her. We are. We love
Yeah.
her.
That's so funny.
I know.
Keeps you humble, They're
Yeah.
like,
Right.
whatever. Are you like an introverted person? I assume?
Yes and no.
Okay, I get
Yeah.
that. I'm the same way. I'm like an introverted extrovert.
Introverted,
Yeah.
extrovert.
Like I like being like I fuel up by myself, but there's certain groups of people that I'm like,
Yes.
sure.
Some of my greatest, fondest things to do is go to Buffalo Wild Wings, have a couple beers, and eat wings
By
by
yourself.
myself.
That sounds
I
so
love it.
magical.
Oh, it's beautiful.
We did a hot wings
Sounds great.
episode recently.
Yeah.
Did
and
you?
We got
It
really
was-
spicy.
It was spicy.
We got the hottest one, but I don't think it was hot enough. We need to redo it.
I
Yeah, y'all should
cried.
definitely
So
do that. Y'all should just start doing like hot ones.
that's what. Yeah, we should.
We should.
I
We
would
have
love
the-
that.
we got the
can't
screens for it.
steal it from what's his face, Sean.
It's true. We'll call it Hot Twos.
Yeah.
You know? I'm going to start sending you videos of clouds.
Do it.
What's this cloud?
Yeah, wait. Hey, what do you think? Is this
No,
a banger?
people send me stuff all the time, like whenever they're on vacations and stuff, and it tickles me. Like I am so tickled. And followers will send me stuff too.
That's
like,
cool.
They'll send me videos and be like, "What do you think of this?" And I'm like,
That's
"It's so
cool.
great, man! Like I'm just glad you went out and did it." You know?
Yeah.
Because anybody can go out and make my videos. There's nothing to
Sure.
them.
So
It
okay,
is-
what's your favorite part about this whole experience? Like looking
Yeah.
back, you have all these followers, you're making money now, but what's like the best part of it, would you say?
Really getting the best part of it is knowing that there are people who appreciate the same things as me.
Mm.
Like that my brain and your brain have one of the same thing. Like, we're one and the same. We're not all that different. And, like, that's been really cool for me. Like, that's been my favorite part, is knowing that, like, there's a very big community that appreciates this style of video and what I'm doing. And it makes them want to go do stuff. And they tell me that. And that's been, like, the most rewarding. I know that sounds like lame,
it's like to see and be seen by someone, like to know
yeah,
that
exactly.
you don't feel alone. You feel like you've connect with someone even if you haven't met them. Like that's that's amazing.
It probably makes you feel a little bit more like the world's like not everybody's crazy. Yeah. You know, like we kind of you get to share something with somebody. Yeah. And you can feel kind of like it's all it's just innocent.
Right. Like there's I don't know what the word is, but there's something there. There's this connection that's been made between me and the audience. Yeah. That's like that's been the best part. Yeah. Is like just knowing that there are people who will watch. But like you should tell this to your clients. You post it, someone will watch it. Like if you make it, you post it, there is somebody out there who's like, oh, this is for me. And we'll like it and enjoy it, and there you go. You've got engagement. You've got a new follower or anything. But like, I've found a community that appreciates the same cloud as I do.
Yeah,
and that matters.
And that matters.
Yeah,
clouds matter. I love, dude. I'll tell you what, I love clouds.
Me too.
I'm into it, but that's a good point though. Like, you know, we work with some people that are like nervous that they're gonna sound stupid or they're gonna, but like even some of the dumbest, most worst videos I've ever seen, there's still somebody backing them up. Yeah, absolutely. And so if you're not an awful person and you're just like being genuine, like so somebody will see it and it'll resonate with somebody. You know, like it's going to somebody.
Sure,
that's a good point.
Think of how many people that are on this planet. Yeah. You are not alone. Your thoughts aren't that, like, someone else is thinking the same thing as you. No, like,
there's no such thing as an original thought anymore. Like, there's somebody who has lived the same experiences as you. It's crazy.
Yeah. No, but everyone who does suck, people that don't like squall lines, clouds, they can deal with your sunny whatevers.
Yeah, go follow a Sunny page.
I bet if you, like, hunted down a tornado.
I have wanted to so bad.
I've seen one in my life.
Tell us, like, before we close out, like, what are you looking forward to? What are you chasing right now? Is there anything coming up that you're like, I can't wait to do this?
What I'm really looking forward to is just all of these opportunities that have been presented to me in the last month don't really get to start until the new year. So I'm really looking forward to watching myself transform from just my reels to like a little bit more, like to an elevated version of that, but more palatable, more marketable, just a bigger reach. And I get to do that through the opportunities that I've been presented with. So I'm really looking forward to that. Also really looking forward to just seeing what happens, because I don't ever know what's going to happen. Anytime I make plans, that doesn't work out, so I just am like, let it come, let it roll in, and, you know, just see where I'm going to go now.
Very cool.
It's exciting.
It's very exciting.
That's awesome. It's really cool.
Feels really freeing.
Yeah, I bet. And just to be like, finally in that space, especially as a creative, which I know so many artists would be able to relate to this, of like, I'm finally getting paid to do something that I am obsessed with. Yeah. And like, people are valuing my art, and like now I'm able to like have a living off of this thing that I never thought was possible.
And it doesn't make me sick to my stomach. Yes. Because I used to be a painter for a really long time. Okay. Until 2020, and I would get commissions, and I would just drag, like, I hated getting commissions, but I wanted to get paid. Sure. And then when this happened, I don't ever feel that way anymore. Yeah. Like,
just opens
I'm
it
not
up.
Ever not excited to go get videos, like, and to edit. Like, that's all I ever want to do is edit. Like, I'm constantly in edit brain, like, thinking. And my videos still need, like, I'm still trying to figure it all out. But again, looking forward to seeing where they go. Yeah. How they turn out.
That's awesome. Some of the greatest things in life are when you hold them like this. You don't like, mine. You just, it's here.
It's here.
And you
right
just
now.
let it be there as long as you can milk it, you know?
Yeah.
So that's when you know you're doing something right for sure. It's awesome.
Shout out Trinstow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, hey Trent. Love ya.
Really.
I'm wearing some of your things.
Same.
I'm not, but maybe
You will.
one day
One day.
A wedge. I want to get a wedge and a dagger.
in the
That'd be
wedge.
cool. Yeah. Or like cutting it.
Yeah.
Like a big
Cool.
butcher, like, you know, it's like,
Yeah, like a
Or like
butcher.
the traditional style with
Exactly.
like the heart with the dagger, but it's a lettuce wedge.
Yep.
I have that on
Yes.
my hip, but it's not. a
yeah,
lettuce
see, it's
wedge.
like I got that.
Oh yeah, I have like the same thing on my
But I'm like-
leg almost.
Oh, it could be a lettuce wedge somewhere else, you know?
Cool.
Or like a,
The world is your lettuce wedge.
exactly. It is.
I've been saying that for years.
You heard it here.
Well, you're always welcome around here then.
Yeah. Come by anytime.
That's right. Good job, folks. That was great.